And welcome back. The moment you have all been waiting for is upon us. The final match of the Kit Kat Rivalry Weekend, the final match of the regular season. Los Angeles Valiant squaring off against the San Francisco Shock. The California Cup, it's back. This time, LA Valiant looking to get revenge for that last loss in the California Cup and get that last spot in the play-in tournament. This is an absolute must-win for the Valiant.
That's right, San Francisco Shock wanting to win this one to close out Stage 4 with a perfect season. And this matters most for two teams, the only two teams who have not been placed yet in our season standings. The Chengdu Hunters and the LA Valiant. A loss here for the Valiant would lock the Hunters into that final play-in spot. So no doubt they are watching at home and cheering for San Francisco.
Oh, for sure. Expect those guys eyes glued onto the screen on TV at home. Fingers crossed, hoping for a Shock victory. The Valiant, though, like I said, looking for some revenge. We saw the California Cup happen in Stage 2, and it was quite handily taken at the hands of the San Francisco Shock, a 4-0 to retain the Cup.
Yeah, and this was during a time where Valiant was resurging a little bit after their 0-7 Stage 1. San Francisco Shock, big favorites back then, even more so now. The team that everyone is saying is very likely to win this season. This is, of course, a closer look at the first round this stage, or rather this year, in Stage 2. You can look at, how things were played back then. This was the GOATS meta, right? This was a completely different era. Now, Valiant, with the start of the season with an 0-7, are able to, if they can have a huge upset here over San Francisco Shock, can make that top 12. Those fans back here behind us, the ones chanting wings out, they believed all season long, but it all comes down to our final regular season match.
Yeah, I mean, they got to offer up a lot of energy to help propel the Valiant forward and get that victory. I mean, there's a lot of people we can look at here as far as who needs to step up and who needs to be instrumental in success for the Valiant, but a big matchup between these two teams is going to be Space going up against Troy Hilbin in that D.Va matchup, or especially the Roadhog as that becomes more and more prevalent. Space has always been a cornerstone of this team, even when they were struggling, even when they went 0-7, Space was one of the ones putting up numbers and regularly looking like maybe the best player on the squad.
Yeah, even in 2018, the guy was one of the strongest players for the team. His D.Va has been phenomenal. His Roadhog has been very good as of late. You look at a few recent losses, though, for the Valiant, and a lot of it has come down to the Roadhog play. If you look at Choi Ho-bin's stats overall, he's leading in pretty much all categories, minus, the tie there you have on whole hog kills. But in terms of this matchup, playstyles are different. Choi Ho-bin looks for guaranteed halt hooks. He plays passively. He sits back. He's conservative space. He's a flanker. He's looking to win fights out of surprise factors where he's coming in at a different angle. You'll expect getting that hook kill sometimes without halts. That's a stylistic difference. We'll see if his style stacks up well against Choi Ho-bin in this final series. They need it to so desperately.
Yeah, I mean, still fairly close on the stats. You would have kind of expected Troy Hilbin to be way further out ahead of Space. But again, he has just been that damn good for the Valiant. They need that performance from him today. They need the entire roster to level up their performance compared to what we saw from yesterday. It was a close series versus the Gladiators. Couldn't quite take that one home. A close one versus the Shock is still good, but without a win, there's no playoff hope for the Valiant. We'll see if they can get it. But guys, we're new to the Overwatch League. I don't know if we can introduce the teams. I don't know if we have the caliber, the personality to do it. So let's go ahead, throw over the stage where none other than Golden Boy will be bringing out the squads.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the California Cup, baby. I'm your host, Golden Boy, and this is going to be awesome because not only do we have Valiant's playoffs hope on the line, but we also have a very, very positively powerful, I lost the words there, San Francisco Shock that just wants to end it right here, right now. Maybe if I don't jumble my words so much, we can actually get these teams out because I think we got to bring out our first team. Welcome to the stage, the San Francisco Shock! The current holders of the Cali Cup. The Shocker coming off of a big win. The Vancouver Titans yesterday right here in LA. They have an unprecedented performance this season. Seriously, what a showing that they've had. Arguably the best team in Overwatch right now. The Valiant could not have a more difficult opponent to get through. But that is the San Francisco Shock. I think it's now time to bring out our next team. Los Angeles, bleachers up there. It's now time to bring out your Los Angeles Valiant! First up, is it a normal bird or is it a plane? It's the Lucio Main Costa! Ladies and gentlemen, hide your kids, hide your phones, because this guy's about to EMP them all. It's Shax! You can't get lost in the sauce. If you are the sauce, it's McGrady! Here to deliver cold-blooded facts and dispel all fiction, it's Fact Fiction! You saw him pop off yesterday, but he's back to secure that dub. It's KSF! The Shock better stretch, or else this guy will run circles around him. It's agility! If you thought melatonin was effective, wait until you see this guy play. It's Kareem! And the old tank who's out of this world, it's Space! Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Valiant! Starters, take to the stage. LA, I ask you a simple question. Are you ready? The California Cup starts right now. Casters, take it away.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. That's right, we are ready to jump into the action. Here are your starting six for the Valiant. No surprises here. Just be sticking through.
Yeah, both sides with their, A teams here. The teams we've been seeing the last few weeks. No trick plays. San Francisco Shock taking this series very seriously, despite no playoff implications for them. And this is a team that comes through looking for a perfect stage. And I spoke with their GM earlier, their owner telling me that they want to win this, they want to send Valiant home, but the Valiant fans have other ideas here. As you can see them across the bottom floor, up in the stands, chanting the wings out. For Valiant, this is their last chance. They've been given many chances this season. It started with an 07, they started to bring it back. And everyone was wondering, is it possible, is it doable to have to win, over half of the remainder of their games? And they're sitting just on the edge, trying to battle for Chengdu through the medium that is the San Francisco Shock in this final battle.
Well, here we go. The final map set presented by Toyota for the regular season. Be starting things off on Lijiang, then into Volskaya, followed by Blizzard World and Junkertown. Unless this series can go the distance, we just had a Game 5. Valiant playoff hopes on the line. Let's see if they can come out on top, reclaim the California Cup, and punch their ticket into the play-in tournament. LA, are you guys ready?
Here we go. The team that defined the May Reaper meta will put a close to this patch, as we will be moving into the Sigma patch in playoffs. Fitting that they would be the ones to start it out, teleporter, to gain that distance advantage here and try to claim the point first.
Already Fact Fiction taking a bit of damage there on the entryway. Ult does come through, pulling him back down with the May wall, looking pretty good from agility. Tries to keep everybody safe. Forced into the ice block now as he plays around the front, looking to get a freeze off into somebody, but so far be eluding him. There's another wall, comes back up. Damage going out, Agility's gonna be frozen. Good barrier there. Back Fiction keeps him alive, and in the fight, Coalescence gonna be thrown down. Korean finding that one first, and Spurt taken out. First blood goes the way of the Valiant.
Coalescence such a huge ultimate in this meta. He gets it just a few percentage points faster than Violet, and that's the breaking point, that's the tipping point. And Agility's on the chase here. Is actually going to even up the Blizzard score here in terms of ult charge. He's only 7% behind. A huge first point win here for the LA Valiant.
Yep. Very, very close onto that one. The right click's coming through. We'll take the lead. We'll be able to have that Blizzard online. Rascal not too far behind now. KSF and Architect still basically neck and neck as far as those Death Blossoms are concerned. So we got a high ground approach for the shot. Cult coming through. We'll be yoinking that Mei over onto the side. Coalescence invested in now from Violet. The sound barrier from Custa. Shields up the team.
Greaves almost got another one. If they can last out here, they'll have the Blizzard in the choke as well.
Start working their way forward. Grim, Coalescence about to come online, now has that one ready to go. Multiple ultimates here for the Valiant, but Choyhoman says no! He's been so consistent about this all stage long. Takes away the Blizzard, denying that one from Agilities. Valiant still in control of the point, but now they lose out of Custa. Coalescence was not enough to keep him alive. Supercharger gonna be dropped in by Back Fiction, but it's Blossom out for KSF, but he can't get any kills. Grim gonna be the only one able to come up with one. He himself is not gonna have any last ability. Back Fiction will get finished off. The clip comes through for the shot here as they delay for a little bit longer. The Valiant still making it up to 64%.
The one thing that Valiant can take solace in is that San Francisco Shock had to use everything except the Coalescence they didn't yet have in that fight. 5 ultimates used to flip a point, and LA Valiant with the control meter advantage as well as overall across the board a slight ult charge lead. This is definitely still something they could turn around.
Now the Coalescence is out. So Yeoman managed to find one, but it's going to be a trade on the maze as KSF takes out Rascal. Further delaying that Blizzard for the side of the shot. Orb being tossed through, bomb coming out from space, looking for a pick. Hits the ground, unable to find anything, but makes it back in safely. Violet just spamming out, but he himself is falling low, so he and Monk will kite their way back over onto the point, but now Agilities finds a headshot. Architect to be taken out of the fight. Gives an opportunity for KSF to try to get that Death Blossom online before his cohort can do so. Shots coming in, up into the air, goes Choyhoman, but he's instantly frozen, taken down the front line, gonna be broken on the side of the shot. See the finish off that Baby Diva, Violet now gonna fall. And it seems like it's just an inevitable flip for the Valiant. Just have to clear them off the point. Shot looking the tie, looking to exceed, unable to do so, will get stopped short at 54%. Architect, however, finds an exiting kill onto Agility.
It's huge, actually, they get Agilities. If he's not back at the point by the time the Shock try to regress in here with the speed boost and the sound barrier engagement they have, they won't have the Blizzard. It's gonna be a tiny window, extremely tough to hit. But this is otherwise pretty much across the board going to be an even ult fight. Space really not being the only one who's not going to necessarily build his in this fight, but they have positional advantage here.
They get the 6-man back.
Agility's back.
Do the Valiant. Yeah, good escorting there from Custa. Went back to ferry the man in faster with the speed boost. KSF waiting around the corner to try to hold him in. Wall comes up as the Coalescence goes out for Violet. Denies away a lot of that extra damage that they were looking for. And oh my god, both Blizzards fighting nothing! Choyhoman in space, both stepping up to the plate, deny away those ultimates as Sound Barrier comes in from both of these teams. So far, no one gone down, but as I say that, KSF finds the first kill. The fight Rascal will be eliminated. Architect holding on. Still has that Death Blossom ready to go, but might not be able to find an opportunity. Goes ahead, uses it. I was wrong. He finds the opportunity. A golden one. Takes down 2 members on the side of the Valiant. And it might just have to be another reset. You can see that retreat call coming through as Space and Grid make their way out. Custa delays for a little bit longer. They're already into OT.
Now, the Shock should be able to use this Coalescence to take a quote-unquote free fight here to build better ultimates for the final fight. But Los Angeles Valiant know this. They know that Violet has this. They're going to try to swamp and try to counter the composition. It's a risky move. It's a bold move against one of the more accurate Mays in the league. Maybe the best accurate May in Rascal. We'll see if he can do it.
Right up into the front, the Coalescence coming down, trying to hose down KSF, clean him up a bit. Unable to finish him off. Doesn't have the seismic slam up. Architect finds him. Point blank shots. He gets taken down. Agilities as well going to be eliminated. Only built up 40% towards that barrage. Rascal 20% away from the Blizzard.
That's that quote-unquote free fight I was talking about where you have that Coalescence advantage.
He just now got desuited.
Yeah, he is DMAC. That's a huge stagger. That might just mean they don't get to take a fair fight here on the point. Blizzard is ready here for Rascal.
The Pack Fiction, he's swapping over onto the Wrecking Ball. Space still not in the mech. To 97%, can somebody tag in? They do manage to do so. Agilities has made his way over. Now playing around the outside, has to drop back down. He does not want to be on the ground like this. He's waiting for the rest of the team to join in. They're trying to turn this one back on its head. KSF finds one, Architect eliminated, but not before he finds Kariv. Now, Supercharger gonna be gone. Shots coming in, the direct hit, Agilities! He finds Rascal, the Blizzard, it can't be used! There's no way to rise him back in. San Francisco Shock gonna have to try to delay to get that mate back into the fight. Barrage, however, gonna be coming down with the Z-Matrix there as well as a barrier. And Violet comes back through, Coalescence in, burns Agilities out of the sky, the rest is there from Custa, but is that gonna be enough? They need damage and they need it right now. Double overtime on both sides, Custa going lower and lower. Toyobin zips his way back over onto the point of Rocket. Melting Kariv down, and Architect coming back through with the Tracer manages to find two.
Agilities.
Rascal's gonna be there, the Blizzard online. Valiant, they need a miracle to try to turn this one around right now. KSF falling lower and lower. He takes out Rascal, still no Blizzard, but now KSF is gonna be gone. Mob finds the kill. Valiant delaying admirably so with both healers riding up on the high ground. Custa is trying to keep Kariv alive. Bomb is up from Troyhoven to buy some space, but Kariv, in fact, Fiction can take it down. The explosion in space is gonna be knocked down to the mech. They have a meteor strike. The pulse bomb, though, gets rid of space. They cannot use the Doomfist ult. And it is a close one, but the Shock take the first round of Lijiang Tower.
Good sign here for Valiant fans that we're already starting things off very close. Very nice ultimate usage overall for the Valiant. Custa a little bit disappointed with how that one ended, but he did a great job keeping Agilities alive there, and they were almost able to, through his heroics and KSF's, bring this back. And KSF rocked up on the Doomfist. Now, we're heading into what looks like, potentially here, another Doomfist play from Agilities, one of his better heroes.
And KSF might be showing us the Symmetra.
This would be great and smart to pull out here in their most dire hour.
But look at this, Architect ready for it. We'll see if he's gonna push forward and swap to the Reaper.
I think he's just gonna port and then swap.
TP goes, okay, yeah, will be the swap. KSF's doing the same. He's gonna say Night Market, usually the round that we see Symmetra on.
Rare to see this with the Doomfist, so he's gonna be up real fast.
Yeah, I mean, incredible burst damage.
Rocket Punch doesn't get enough for a kill though.
Yeah, so Choi Hillman down to about half on the mech, but he'll get Tom back up. We're getting a lot of poke damage. You've got to be careful. Shield break for both teams. Very limited without any Roadhogs. They're just going to be about steadily advancing towards each other and trying to get these Reapers into positions. The Doomfist is the X factor. He can disrupt. Punches his way through, pushes him out from behind the barrier, but still no kills to be found. Coalescence is used from both teams. Trying to keep everybody alive here at the moment. Can't really use those offensively. Trying to keep everybody topped up. The point has since been unlocked, but no one will lock it down. Blizzard is online for Rascal, as you say. Wall going to be used. He sees the D-Matrix get tossed out. Blizzard's going to connect and Custa goes down. So already solid start for the side of the Shock. They'll clean him up. Architect walking away with a triple kill.
You've really got to make sure that you get kills with the Doomfist before the Blizzard's online. You need picks, and you need multiple picks. Otherwise, you're going to get outlasted. This composition the Shock is running has a lot more staying power. You've got the ice wall. You've got the ice block as well to keep yourself alive, as well as a lifesteal from the Reaper. If there's not insta blow-up kills coming through from rocket punches, from uppercuts, then you're going to get outlasted. The Blizzard's going to come out, and then you're going to get frozen up as a Valiant. This ultimate here is mostly used as an escape in this meta. We'll see if he can set something up though with the flank.
Looking around the corner there, but cannot get the connection with the rocket punch. Find that hit. Smurf juking to the side. Agilities goes up with a meteor strike, dropping back down. We'll just clean up that supercharger, but as he arrived, is instantly taken out. Mob will find that killing blow. Sound barrier now out from the San Francisco Shock. Architect, the only loss so far in the fight. A one-for-one exchange. KSF still here, has that Death Blossom, drops in with it, but is instantly frozen. D-Matrix in space, keeps the Reaper alive, so now has that damage for the extended fight. They still look to turn this around and get the flip coming through. 50% now on the board for the Shock. They lose out on 2. As Architect came back through with a Doomfist of his own. Could not stand up to the Valiant. They take him down. Smurf still playing forward. Pops some Fortify is buying so much time here for the team. The Blizzard is actually going to be used. From the side of the Shock, they're trying to finish this one. They don't want to let the flip happen. They don't want to reset. They're just trying to take it right now, and they're going to be able to do so.
Huge Blizzard here, and Toyobin comes to the back, does the majority of the damage on those frozen targets. He was in the perfect place to flank and set that up. As soon as the frozen targets come through, he's the only damage they really have on the point. He hits the rockets really well on the backline there of the tanks. Or the backside of those frozen up tanks, I should say. Tanks the front line, but
yeah,
follow. Toyobin's gonna have a self-destruct here for this final fight too. They can delay this to 99 easily. And if they get any picks with Architect, this first map is over.
Architect looking for the punch. Still up in the air, gets a decent bit of shielding, helps him sustain through that little bit of a skirmish. Into overtime now for the Shock, looking to close it out. Architect going lower and lower. Kariv trying to catch him. with that Coalescence. He's unable to do something. KSF comes up with one of the Troy Hillman. It's sort of him. The sound barrier coming in a little bit too late from Moth, so they can't keep the D.Va in the fight. Now the Supercharger is out. KSF frozen for the moment, but Agilities gets the uppercut into the seismic slam on the Moth, taking down 2. Architect comes in, Meteor Strike sets up the kill on a Rascal, but KSF is there for the cleanup, and Valiant are on the board here in the second round.
Really nice plays from the DPS line here of Valiant. Unfortunate self-destruct timing there for Choyobin. He's punished, killed before the remag, but the self-destruct doesn't find anyone. That's a double negative net trade for Shock. You lose your self-destruct, you lose your D.Va, and you lose the fight. They wanted to sound barrier there to get Rascal's Blizzard up and fight the longer fight, but it's not enough. They still have the Blizzard.
Holding them together. Agilities goes in a little bit deep. The sound barrier comes through from Custom. Everybody going to be shielded up. Troy Hillman nearly knocked out of the mech, but they're unable to finish that one off. As the Blizzard rolls through, right on the entryway at the point. Fact Fiction going to be drawn back in. There's no way to keep him alive. Bomb going to be tossed out by Space into the back, looking for a pick, but he's unable to find one. Valiant desperately trying to hold on to this point. Space now going to be frozen up. Agilities finds a pick. Smurf going to be taken down, but it's the cost of Custom. Troy Hillman eliminates, so now down a healer. Corinne trying to keep everybody alive. There's no way to save that baby D.Va. Back in control on the Shock. Looking to finish this one off. They get the freeze on a Fact Fiction. He's trying to roll out. Slowed up there for the moment. Forces out that ice block from the side of Rascal. Violet finds 1, now 2 as Fact Fiction gets taken down. Coalescence going to expire. The bomb up over the top of Troy Hillman. Takes down Custom. KSF is gone. And OT is bleeding away. Very close. Valiant putting up a fight, but they cannot take a round on Lijiang Tower. So the San Francisco Shock kick off the California Cup with a victory.
Rascal is the best Mei in the world, and they tried to mirror him at the beginning. They realized early it's best to try to swap to something else. We saw Agilities on the Doomfist. Middling success, but it's not enough against the world-class team, the San Francisco Shock. As we move away from control, I think you can see more varied compositions from the Valiant, but a great start nonetheless from the underdogs here, the home team.
Yep, like I said, putting up a fight here in front of the home crowd. We'll see if they can put up a win here in Map 2 when we come back for it.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
right. The London Spitfire earned themselves a nice skin there in the game. Make sure you pick it up while it's available.
Limited time only, don't want to miss it.
Exactly. The question is, will the London Spitfire be able to get a second one? Can they make it to the grand final again and have that back-to-back appearance? Right now, doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look
Earlier
that way.
today, we're knocked out of that top 6. But guys, we got Mika stand by on stage. She was able to talk to the Valiant ahead of this game, so let's see what they had to say.
Guys, that's right, I'm Mika here, and I got a chance to talk to the Los Angeles Valiant before this match started, and I asked them a little bit about their prep going into this weekend and going up against the Gladiators and the Shock, and they told me they did spend most of their time working on the Gladiators, which should make for an interesting match. And as for this match being the Los Angeles Valiant winning in, for the play-ins, well, they wouldn't have it any other way. After all, they said, and I quote, "Owl is an anime." So, on that note, back to you, Wolf and Ilios.
Thank you, Mika. Yeah, you know, I can't, that's sound logic. I can't make an argument against it. Monty might, but, you know.
Well, he likes to take the fun out of it, doesn't he?
I think I tweeted about it last night. I said that if they do win this series to qualify in, it definitely is confirmed to be an anime. This is such a David and Goliath story. Valiant already starting off looking competitive. They couldn't get the win on Lijiang, but I mean, first round going 100-99, then bouncing back, getting on the board for that second round. It looks like this really could be a close one, and I'm hoping that it is.
I think we are in for a potential close one. I just hope that the Valiant can keep their mentality strong here, because as Mika already mentioned, and as everyone I think rightfully assumed, which is why she went in asking this question, right? Is a question everyone wanted to know. Who do they prepare for more, knowing that winning either would guarantee them a play-in spot? Obviously, the Gladiators are the ones that you're playing first. You have this setup where you know that this is a match that you can win. It feels like of the two, the winnable series. They've lost it already, which makes the second series all the more difficult, which makes it so that if they are able to make the series close and potentially win it, it's an even more incredible David and Goliath story, as you say. We're heading into the Volskaya Industries here for our assault map in this 4-map set. We'll see what they want to run here. Looks like agility's on the Pharah.
It will be Valiant starting off on that defense. Seeing positive records on Volskaya for both of these teams.
The Architect's had a pretty great Widow overall. Is he, you know, do you think of Architect as one of the world's best Widow? And was he ever one of Korea's best Widows? No, not really, but he's a very strong Widowmaker player. There's McCree, on the other hand, you know, little bit less solid, you would say. We see it so infrequently. I wonder how Shock will respond. Will they just try to run their own Pharah Widow when they scout this, or will they swap someone over to the McCree, as we've already seen attempted earlier this week by Dallas? That is the big question.
Sonic Arrow goes out, spots them for a bit as they approach this corner.
So what's the answer going to be? Are they going to try to keep the Widow here, try to find line of sight? It's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
No, they will swap. Well, indecisive.
Making up their minds.
This is great for Valiant. You just sit back and build passive ult charge while your opponent burns the clock, trying to decide what to do, and it will be the Pharah Widow in the end.
Pop up over the top, looking for the hit. It's going to be bullet beating barrier. It's a better angle there for the moment. Body shot onto agilities. Couldn't take him out of the side though. Bionade now on a Smurf, and he is quite weak. So we'll have to play back and wait. Get topped up here by his team. Troy Tobin one poking his head out. Also taking a ton of damage right now. Space. Get pulled and Bionade taken down. That could just be their ticket forward onto the point. Smurf could be taking a nap for now, but Troy Tobin is still there. Big sound back Fiction. Front line gone. Architect finds the snipe on it. Karim, the nano boost.
The guaranteed kills.
That is just going to be the cleanup here.
When you got that nano boost, you're going to get those guaranteed kills from the hooks. 100%. No escape. Great call from Violet. He knows he's in the line of sight. Shoyobin just doesn't miss. He could end up being the world's best Roadhog. Already, you know, famed on Diva for many years, and now in this Roadhog meta, he is just coming up strong, especially on Volskaya. Shuts down the Valiant one fell swoop, and Space kind of comes up with an airball there. He comes in, tries to challenge the neutral game there, the tank v tank, and gets caught and bioed. He isn't half the ult charge of Toyobin, obviously, as a result, so no whole hog here to even delay. It's going to be about this barrage. And Karib will have the nano to set it up.
Covering around the far left side right now. Rascal pushing over that way to contest with the enemy Pharah. Maybe try to find a pick off here. Oh
no!
Right up in front of him, that's the double tap! Good luck getting that res, Costa. Don't think it's going to happen, and oh man! The hook connects from space, but the platform denies the pull-in. Rascal playing safe now. Nano's out on the KSF, but he's taken down. The poison trap from Architect of all things finishes off the Hanzo. Rascal will finally be taken out of the sky by Karib, but it's just slim pickings now for the Valiant. Agilities goes in, tries to use the barrage, gets taken down. Costa now going to be finished off as well. Fact Fiction comes back through with that wrecking ball. Barrage thrown into the back to zone them back, keep KSF away from the point. And that will be the cap. San Francisco Shock. We said that they were going to come into this, take this match extremely seriously, and you can see it right there in their performance. What a crushing play on Volskaya.
Dealing with a 3-time stage finalist here in San Francisco Shock, you know that they are going to punish your mistakes. Space steps too far forward. He's hooked and bioed. You see a mistake there with the Pharah. He's taken out.
Well, a massive time bank now for the Valiant to try to overcome. Let's see what they can get done on their attack.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
And welcome back. 4 minutes and 21 seconds for the San Francisco Shock. A blazing fast pace for them. Valiant now going to be looking to exceed that or match it. But that's a pretty tall order.
It is going to be tough. We're not going to sugarcoat this one. It's going to have to be a, insanely fast attack as we previously saw from the Shock. I mean, all it takes is one mistake, and then you're hooked. Choyobin's hooking you far out of the sky, and it's over. The map is completed for the Shock, who have a better time bank than your starting time. And we'll see how this push works out. They're obviously going to push around the right side here. KSF on the Widow, pretty brave here against Architect as the attacking Widow.
Yeah, near mirror as Karib will be on the Zenyatta rather than that Ana. Valiant already being burned there by Violence. Fact Fiction takes so much damage. At the top, him up, Costa doing his best, but Choyobin flanking around the back. Finds KSF, took him down. Now space can be bionated, eliminated. Fact Fiction as well. As Costa who's just gonna jump off the side of the map, but Moth makes it a little bit faster for him.
Yeah. So already a first failed push. KSF is really going to struggle to get line of sight versus Architect, and if he's shooting at someone else, then that means Architect could just counter him and kill him, because no matter what angle he takes, Architect can flank and just eliminate him. There's no doubt that KSF is about at the same level in terms of Widow play as Architect, but it's about the sight lines, really. You're not playing a fair fight here in the Widow on Widow. Now you can hope for a hook, maybe. That's your best shot, really, if you're KSF here. Or sorry, a halt, to set that up. And we are seeing Karib on this Zenyatta, so they're looking for that extra damage boost. They do get this high ground here. This is their best shot right now to get a winning fight.
Make their way over here onto this platform, looking for that Hulk, but it's just about the Variant. Now Smurf's going to be taken down. Agilities up top, spamming out those right clicks, Manages to find the kill. Start making their way their way over onto the point. Wall gonna be thrown down there by Rascal, who nearly has a Blizzard online. Agility's taken out. Architect finds the shot. Pops him in the head. Now Blizzard gonna be used. And Matrix as well on the side from off the Immortality Field just to make sure that they are fully set and ready to go. Justice Immortality Field gonna be taken out. The barrier disappears. Fact Fiction. That shot to the back of the skull, but it's not enough to finish him off.
Not really a salvageable push right now for the Valiant. They're just going to have to split.
I mean, they're so split off at the moment. Rascal going lower and lower. Supercharger going to be thrown in. Trying to keep him alive. They carry to the Immortality Field. Barely can't make it out of there. KSF finds the shot. Now Troy Hillman going to be eliminated as well. As Smirk will be finished off. Valiant will be able to get the cap on the point A now. As Violet will take KSF out of the sky.
It's Spaceman again on these side flanks. Now, Shock knew where he was coming from, but he still got those hook kills.
Doesn't nearly taken out, but Korean with the flank comes in. Still playing forward, buying as much time as they can. Already they have bought themselves a superior time bank. They'll have the shot.
Well, not all, I'd say a lot of teams. I'd say most teams in this situation, when you're split on half like that, would have just jumped off the side with the side that was cut off on the point in the reset. But they actually were able to sandwich the Shock there through Space's flank. Incredible turnaround, but they still, as you say, have the worst time bank. They have Blizzard, and there is no Transcendence. Immortality Field is down. Kareev, unfortunately, resetting here, so it looks like we're going to have to wait for this next push, which will give the Shock the opportunity to get that Immortality Field back off cooldown, and for Rascal to chip his way to his own Blizzard. Tiny window that the Valiant had to try to even up this time bank as best as they could, but it's slipping away very quickly.
KSF, they're looking for some shots here.
There's been a lot going on, hasn't there, recently?
Yeah, just choosing the wrong time to peek out.
This reminds me of what Surefour did to them just yesterday. Sad, but it's true.
Yeah. Architect just playing around multiple angles, and there you go. That's the hold they were looking for. KSF going to be taken down, but they're still waiting for Kareev to rejoin, so capitalizing is still going to be a little bit difficult. So Architect's going to be back into the fight a lot faster. They're still pushing forward, however. Supercharger does not stand a chance. Take that one down. Immortality Field going to be used. Architect nearly has that Dragon Strike online. Window of opportunity now for him.
Everyone's just avoiding the sightline so well.
Yeah, that's going to be the pull through, space walled off, bio, naded and everything. Taking down that Roadhog. Again, it's going to be another time fight here. Just holding him in place so Rascal can get that shot.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sandwich this one, you don't think. I didn't trust him on the last one, but this one is just, now they're getting delayed on their jump-offs. A really nice Sonic Arrow there from Architect, actually, to help set up some of those hooks there from Choiho-Ben and the ensuing stagger. Now we're 2 minutes the deficit here for LA Valiant. The ult advantage that they had before, you know, it's not really there anymore. And again, trying to get that Agility's Blizzard into position is such a chore, it's such a task. When the Shock have these really nice halts, they're going to take the left side approach again, but
they have to.
You're at risk of getting sniped here. They had to use the wall early.
There's just no way for them to approach up main. They have
Look
to
at the
use
Sonic
that high
Arrow.
ground.
It's so good. I mean, it's easy to hit these, but they're just not taking any chances with where the Valiant are going here. They're just using that arrow to track where everyone is going. Are they splitting? Is there a space flank? Answer is no, not this time.
Yep. Wall goes up. Sonic Arrow again, spotting them out. They start wrapping around the backside of the point. Still coming through the window. There's KSF a little bit late. Gets through safely with the rest of his team.
Space on the high ground here, but he's spotted by that arrow.
Another Sonic Arrow, and Matrix goes through, but it's way up in the air. Not sure that that's what Custa wanted. Definitely didn't want that headshot either from Architect. Dragon Strike going to be tossed in, the Hulk going to be used. Transcendence going to be committed to the fight here from Korea. He is the lone healer now. As the Blizzards do come down. Space manages to find one as Rascal will be eliminated. They get the freeze on the Smurf. They finish him off. 2 picks so far from the side of the Valiant. Still trying to get Custa back over to the point to join in with them, but now KSF and Trip taken down. No supports left in the fight, and the Shock have those closer respawns. Will hog out from space, will buy them a little bit of room on the point. They're still halfway to that first tick with 40 seconds remaining. These guys are going to be all in on this. A reset right now. The trade on the maze does not bode well for the Valiant, but a kill on the Architect does. No damage dealers on the side of the Shock. The hook not going to connect on the Moth. He's zoned off into the back of the point. Space gonna have to reload. Has the breather ready to go. Dragoman comes back in with the right heart, tries to find the pin. Is unable to do so, but he's swinging away. And Back Fiction's gonna be taken down, as is Space. They get 2 ticks, but that might just be as good as it gets.
Oh man, Choi have been stalling Rhines this season, have been so good. A lot of players will go to the Wrecking Ball here, but not Choi. He's looking for the charge kills, he's looking for the pins, and the extra barrier. It's just so hard to break through here for LA.
Well, now somebody's gonna have to tag in all likelihood it's gonna have to be a Ilios, but no, Back Fiction does make his way in. Pile driver into the back. Dragon Strike rolling through, they drop back down into it. The Immortality Field was there, and it keeps Smurf alive. He's still sliver of HP, has not been taken down, they bump him back up. The Immortality Fields are gone on both sides. The Amp Matrix goes out from Custa. Architect taken down. Space finds the kill. Can they get the finish here in OT? If they do, a draw is still the best hopes for the Valiant, but now Back Fiction is going to be eliminated. Transcendence healing is not enough from Karim. They're trying to keep him alive into the fight. Joy Hillman going to be taken down as the Shatter goes out. Can't really find anything for that one. They're still down a main tank, and Space is getting knocked out of the back. KSF finds the pop. Violet goes down. Ball's now going to be eliminated, but KSF taken out. Smurf comes in from the side. They finish him off. And the Shock get the hold. Move up 2-0 in this set. Valiant, their playoff hopes. They are at game point. They need to reverse sweep.
And San Francisco Shock are not pulling any punches in this series. Playing like it's a stage finals here. Absolutely dominating, punishing every single mistake, every missed position. Choi been on the hog, finding those angles. Rascal on the far. It's insane what we're watching right now.
Backs up against the wall for the Valiant. Can they get a reverse sweep? We're going to find out after halftime.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
It's do or die time for the LA Valiant, and this one, and the Shock so far looking totally in charge of 2-0 at the half. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the last halftime of the regular season. It's Puckett alongside Zoe, Bren, and Sideshow. And this one, we knew was going to be a massive battle for our LA team. The Valiant couldn't get the job done against the Gladiators tonight, and that means this is their last shot in the regular season if they want to see the postseason.
Yeah, and I mean, the Valiant, obviously with everything on the line, are trying their darndest to actually get in there. And I do feel like if we compare what we saw from them yesterday, they do look a little bit more put together today. Let's see if it's going to be enough in the second half, as they are currently down in there. Just this close to actually make it. Obviously, Hunters and the Dragons are going to be rooting
if you're a
for
Hunters
the Shock
fan,
right now. Yeah,
exactly.
Hunters are smiling at home.
You're rooting for the Shock.
You couldn't have a better champion. It's like the Hunters are like an army at war, and they've sent out their champion, and it's a San Francisco Shock. It's totally unrelated to the rest of the army, but you couldn't ask for a better
the Golden
person.
Company, if you will. You know?
Now, we've been watching this game, and of course, it's both maps have been in favor of the Shock, but there have been some good moments for the Valiant, but also a lot of areas where we feel like maybe there's some panic starting to play into their game. People seem to be maybe trying a little bit too hard to make some hero plays at times.
Yes, this is one of the biggest things that I've been looking at. And you'll notice it a couple of times as well. You can see here, Agility's a very mechanically skilled player, but again, they're trying to go all out with a lot of their ultimates. Like here, this one here, a bit of an unopportune time to be using it. And I think this is a result of them actually overcompensating almost as well. When the team fights don't go their way, they often try and clutch out these scenarios because they know that they're mechanically good enough, but they're going to get punished for it because San Francisco Shock are a very smart team. They have a great grasp right now of the meta and how to play these compositions.
I do feel like, though, the Valiant, they do look better when Space is actually on Diva when it comes to not overextending. I do think his Diva is a little bit more team-oriented than when he is playing that Hawk where he's being caught out of position a lot more than he is when he's actually on the Diva.
And Agility's Mayors look fairly decent as well. Space going for these large flanks was something we criticized in the LA Gladiators game, but if you're gonna do it, you have to come up with results. And I just want to see them coordinate around the halts a little more too. They got a really nice play out here, but a lot of the time Space is actually miles away from where Fact Fiction is.
If you could highlight one area for the Valiant to focus in the second half, what is that thing that you want to see them improve on?
Just stay behind the shields. Don't let Architect get so many picks. They've been caught out so often. Every time when they wanted to go in for a team fight, one of the players get picked off and that delays, and these delays are actually killing them in the end.
Well, as we mentioned, this is a must-win match for the Valiant if they want to make it into the 2019 postseason, and that means they have to win 3 maps back-to-back-to-back. Let's talk about Junkertown and, of course, the tiebreaker Busan. Are you guys confident on these maps that the Valiant can get the job done?
Junkertown, yes, I think that they're capable there. Busan as well. I mean, they've shown reasonable results. It's not been fantastic, but I mean, you got to bring it back as well. Blizzard World is the biggest hurdle they got to get over. I mean, even before they get to Junkertown and potentially Busan, they got to win there, and they're currently 0-3 so far. It's not ideal. It's not looking great. Valiant, I want to believe that they can do it because I want to believe that the Overwatch League is an anime. But
that's what's on the line.
It is what's on the line right now, the hopes and dreams, right, of many of the Valiant fans as well. And they're definitely capable of doing it, but the question is, can they get their act together right now?
Well, Josh, I know you've been watching the tape. Blizzard World is going to be our map 3. What are you hoping to see from the Valiant?
Yeah, I took a look at when the Shock played against the Shanghai Dragons recently, and they actually ended up losing that map. So that seems like a good opportunity to look at some tape. So I've got an Insights powered by Intel, where I want to run you through what I think the Valiant should be focusing on based on the lessons from that. So here's the scenario, and basically you want to be watching Smurf, because they're going to go for a rotation underneath now, and he goes for a halt to try and pull people off the high ground. But it fails, so they go back up top. The idea of that to drag people down and break this top hold. But when he comes back up top, he just gets eviscerated. And this was happening over and over, where the tank line was getting pulled apart, and Smurf ended up dying a lot in that. Because if you focus on the high ground and try and take down the tanks, I think that's the best opportunity to try and get a win. So here you see they've got control of the high ground, the Blizzards are about to be exchanged, Cherobin gets a good eat, and everything's looking good for the San Francisco Shock. Now they've got control of high ground, they get a couple of picks, but Smurf ends up dropping down. So this is uncharacteristic lack of synergy between the San Francisco Shock. Cherobin's actually slept in the back. Smurf drops down as the only player on his team, ends up getting picked off. When you're playing these Orisa compositions, you only really get a couple of attempts on Blizzard B. And if the LA Valiant can set up a good defense here, where they respect the high ground and focus the tanks, I think that's their best opportunity of being able to punish the San Francisco Shock and actually end up getting a win. But you're right, Brent, they're 0-3. So that's going to be really tough.
I'm not giving up on LA yet. The Valiant still got a chance. I know we got a whole venue rooting for them right now. Who needs to step up in the second half? Give me one player that is going to lead this team to the upset.
I'm actually going to be saying Kareev. I don't think he needs to step up, but I think that this is the guy that they've always relied on, actually. You look back at this guy's career. He's hitting the sleep darts. He's making the clutch plays. He's getting the kills. He's been playing actually reasonably well this entire series long. He just needs to step it up a little bit more than he already has been. That might be enough to push him over the edge.
All right, well, Valiant fans, you heard it from Brent. Keep your eyes on Kareev. I know you got your wings out, but it's time to put your hands together and pray for a win. You need 3 back-to-back-to-back to make it in the postseason.
인터뷰 액션. 사람들이 저를 스타 플레이어다라고 불러주는데 그러면서 제가 느끼는 압박감은 좀 없는 것 같고 제가 집중하는 거는 이제 팀이 이기는 거기 때문에 그냥 매 경기마다 그냥 최선을 다하고 개인적인 압박감은 많이 없는 것 같아요. 이번 연도의 목표는 MVP도 받아보고 시즌에서 우승하는 거.
And welcome back. We're still live here at the Novo and LA Live, and we're halfway through our series. San Francisco Shock currently leading 2-0. Match point for them. Their backs are against the wall for the LA Valiant. They need a reverse sweep if they want to make it into that final spot for the play-ins. Chengdu Hunters got to be sitting at home watching with bated breath, waiting for that 3-0 to come in for the Shock.
You know, you don't normally say this about teams that are down 2-0, but I feel like Valiant just need to play a little bit safer. They're taking a lot of unnecessary risks. They're trying to make big plays off the back of space, flanking, you know, trying to set up for these halt hooks at a weird angle, and they're getting punished. Shoyoben is finding them first. And Kariv, normally the god of sleep darts and bio grenades, has just not been living up to Violet so far in that matchup. And we know, yes, on paper, the Valiant are mega underdogs here, right? But I feel like this is still winnable. The maps do not favor them going forward. So it's going to be an insanely uphill battle. So we headed to Blizzard World.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's still possible. I mean, it'd be one of the most remembered upsets in Overwatch history.
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially with playoffs on the line, on a map where Valiant have not been able to get a win. 0-3 currently on Blizzard World. Can they get that first victory now and start the reverse sweep, get that momentum behind them? That is the question. We're going to find out momentarily as the Valiant gets set up on their defense. The crowd here cheering for the home team. Better give them your energy because they're going to need it. Reverse sweep is what they're looking for.
One misstep, one overextension, one halt hook from Smurf and Shoyoben, and this A defense will end. They have to play extremely safe. They are running the Zenyatta again here, so looking for that extra damage. The Transcendent's obviously going to be a great deterrent to the Blizzard from Rascal, so that's only if they can build it before the point gets killed. And well, that's, hey, look, I said play more safe. They do the opposite. They found Smurf, but it was a surprising opening here. Looks like Architect just wasn't able to scout this out.
Solid start.
And yeah, that's a great opening here. And that's going to lead to, you know, an ult lead, not for the most important heroes here, the Mei and the Zenyatta, but a small advantage.
Minor victories, but just as quickly as they found that, gets turned around on them. Back Fiction will get taken down.
Much harder.
Considerably further run back for him.
Yeah, much harder to use the terrain when you're that far forward to try to get away from these hooks and these burst damages coming through.
And now who stands on the point? How do you stop them? Oh man, the timing is so good. Custa take it down. On the back of that one, Rascal finds another kill. They try to contest the high ground. Meanwhile, second tick is rolling through. Agilities has been eliminated. In space.
There's
This is going to be taken out.
There's this sort of ultimate trust between Shoyobin and Smurf, you know, that it looks like when you watch Shoyobin for a moment, the first frame of the hook, you think, who is he hooking? There's no one there. And there's always a halt that comes through. He hooks every halt, and he trusts that Smurf found someone. And I'm telling you right now, most of the time, I'd say probably about 70% of the time, there's a hero on the other end of that hook.
Well, so far in this map, it's 100% of the time. He has 100% hook accuracy. As the Ant Matrix is used, Immortality Field as well, stacked on top of it. Rascal will be able to find a headshot onto Kariv, further delaying that Transcendence. Now the Dragon Strike going to be tossed in. The ice block.
Another one.
Goes Agilities, and yep, Back Fiction going to be taken down. The freeze is there onto Agilities. Mortality Field cleaned up. Get the kill, and the cart will continue to glide through. 4 minutes, 22 seconds still remaining.
I think the Los Angeles Valiant here, they're going to have to make a tough choice. Do they try to use the Dragon Strike to contest, or do they try to set up for a better fight after B? You know, it's risky either way. If you just let this roll through, you're going to have a massive time bank to fight.
Well, I think now you go for the next setup.
But if you go for it like this and someone gets sniped, you give more ult charge to shock, and they get the time bank. And this is a really rough call they made.
So pushing forward. Space manages to find one. Architect going to be taken down. Custa lost as well. The Ant Matrix still going to be thrown in, but now the Blizzard comes through from Rascal, freezes out the space. Right click after right click, trying to finish off that Roadhog.
Got to reset.
Yeah, that'll just be it. KSF manages to find one, but 5+ minutes in the time bank for the shock.
And they
for
committed
this final stretch.
They committed all the ults they had, you know, outside of the Hog there. And for the shock, you know, they're very happy to take this fight. Sure, they lost the Transcendence, but they gained a 5-minute time bank for a C push here for a perfect stage for it. I mean, you're looking for it. You're so close. You are so close to it.
Yeah, dangerously close for the Valiant. KSF going to be swapping back over onto the Hanzo. The Supercharger has been used, but will get finished off. The barriers come out from both sides. Back Fiction frozen. Saved by the May wall. Couldn't save, but Agility's going to take it down. Maw finding a pick. Space on the flank here in the stairwell. Trying to find something. Gets a pull through onto Violet. Manages to execute him, but Troy Hilbin will take him out. Now Custa headshot by Rascal. The cart contested for the moment, but no longer. Will continue to advance.
These flanks are going to cost Valiant big. You know, you trade one for one, but then suddenly there's no peel, and the Shock are just rolling through the rest of your teams out there. Back Fiction going to swap over to Ryan here. Ultimate desperation.
But can they even make it? Charges his way through, makes it to the other side, but now just going to be looking to force them off that cart. KSF pinned into the wall, flip around, the 180, Back Fiction taken out, and Shock just making it look easy. Cruise their way through to point C.
It is looking like this one is all but locked up. Chengdu Hunters at home, no doubt very excited about how this next run is going to go, because they are so close to making that top 12. And the Shock want that perfect stage, another 7-0. The Valiant would have the greatest comeback of all time if they could stop it.
Absolutely, 352 set up by the Shock. Let's see how the Valiant fare.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
And welcome back, San Francisco Shock. An incredible pace here on Blizzard World. 3 minutes and 52 seconds set up for them. They surely went for the 112. And now the Valiant gonna have to try to beat it. It didn't work out so well on Volskaya.
LA Valiant right now is like a track runner standing in the blocks. They know their opponent's time is incredible. And everyone's silent right before the gun fires, because when they walk out of this spawn, they're gonna have to set record time on Blizzard World, a map they're currently 0-3 on, to then bring us to overtime, to then potentially reverse sweep us. I mean, I keep saying it, but it would be one of the greatest esports stories of all time if Valiant bring this back here in front of the home crowd.
Might need a little bit more tack on for that for me to agree with you. If they win this, made it into the play-ins, and then made a playoff run, oh man,
It'd be the start.
that would be insane.
Well, the gun is fired. Agility starts on Sombra here. He's going to assess the situation, then go over to the, arguably sort of counter composition here with the Pharah. Rascal's been great in terms of accuracy. Choyobin's no stranger to pulling Pharahs out of the sky. He watches that fuel management to see when the chance is going to be there. Nice sleep to start things off. It's going to give them a little bit of distance closing here towards the point.
Halt up, back Fiction going for a little bit of a ride. For halt of his own, drags Architect back down. They don't have anyone to really go in with the combo because Space was too busy taking down Choyobin. So already crucial pickoff. Very slow moving Roadhog. Now Violet and Rascal gone. Valiant looking alive so far on this attack. Back Fiction still very low, but Smurf is gone. And that will be point A. Pressure's on and Valiant starting to perform.
Rascal's had enough. He's going to match the Pharah. Pharah v Pharah, a battle he won on Volskaya just previously when Agility's got too close to the wall. Gave him that AoE damage to finish the kill. No room to breathe. And it's in fact Agility who swaps off. He's going to go to the Mei. He wants to play for the ult economy. He wants to play around Blizzard because he knows this is not even already. This is already not a great pace. In fact, for LA Valiant, in order to match this time bank, he's going to have to keep the ult economy strong. And we'll see if Rascal sticks with us for very long. He's got this choke control in the archway. You can see how he operates around this corner and how much AoE damage he's able to do.
Yep, Immortality going to be used, but Smurf takes care of that one rather quickly. Rascal just hovering around the back. Those rockets in, but here comes Space. Can't get the kill, however.
Rascal almost answered that Cousin
Denies
Blast.
him further vision there as Kareev and KSF going to be taken out. Architect finding the first. And that'll be the push forward and control of the card, snagged by the Shock, like you said. Now matching the time bank.
Yeah.
Not impossible. They need to just be moving constantly, but they still can get a very strong time bank if they can reestablish control. But with Space going down that late in,
That's a huge stagger.
big stagger, so now have to wait even longer for that Roadhog.
Talking about ult economy and why Agility's made the fast swap to the Mei. Didn't do almost any damage in that last fight. Wasn't able to get line of sight with his right clicks. KSF is going to go over to the Widow here, try to knock Pharah out of the sky, but he's going to be under threat of Architect every time he shows his face, trying to find that Pharah angle. Already, Rascal has the better angle here.
Oh,
He
sleep
slept.
guard, however, gonna come in. He's up on the high ground. Can they get to him? The answer is gonna be yes, they take him down. Fantastically done, Kareev. We were talking about him before. Hadn't really been delivering on those sleep darts yet so far today, but there you go. That's a major turnaround for him. Bionade in on the Space, but seems like he will be able to survive. The support's taken out on the side of the Shock. The shots go in on the Choyobin, trying to knock him out of the mech.
It's a great push for the Valiant.
Yep.
KSF takes out Architect. He's got full line of sight. You can see him there, top left.
They're right back in control, but they still have a ways to go to make it into B and get that time bank bump up.
And Agility still doesn't have that Blizzard. The rest of his team is doing the work.
Oh, push around the side. Looked like the hook just made that Mercy explode.
I think Space's hook was interrupted by a KSF headshot there. Well, this is looking like it's going to be B. Agilities has the Blizzard. He's getting the kill onto Violet here as they control this archway. San Francisco Shock need to swap composition back to something a little bit more standard. They're behind in ult economy right now as Rascal and Architect swap. KSF and Agilities have the big ults here.
Looking alive, tries to find the shot there on the Architect. A near miss.
No one can hide.
For sight now up. With that body shot, forces Rascal into the ice block, gets that one on cooldown. They try to go for the hook, unable to find it. Smurf gonna be slept, but doesn't have a good angle for the headshot. Can't really punish the napping Orisa, but as I say it, he wakes up, and the headshot becomes available, and Space is there to capitalize with him.
No one to punish him either. KSF has such a great line of sight here.
Yep, Cart is pushing forward. They're now going to be dipping underneath the shock as far as the timing is concerned, but if they keep moving like this, it's not going to be that much of a deficit.
All they need is a better defense if they can finish this. That's all they need. They're already thinking about it.
Certainly so. Architect taking those right clicks, point blank range, but oh man, Troy Gilbert finds another eat on a Blizzard, but KSF gets rid of Architect, and now Space is right up here in front of that D.Va. He's gonna try to exit out the back, but he's unable to do so. The Mega Pack just inches in front of him, but he cannot reach it in time.
These flanks from Space are a two-edged sword, and it feels like Space is doing more harm than good here for the Valiant when he tries to attempt these long-term. Nano has to be used on the retreat here for Fact Fiction.
Oh man, long lobbing on the Blizzard. 3 members gonna be frozen now as Fact Fiction gets taken down. The Immortality Field from Custom just a little bit too late. Even uses the Amp Matrix. And that will be the cleanup.
I mean, Rascal,
Shock back in control.
such a fantastic Mei player. He could have thrown that Blizzard in map 4 if he wanted to. With the retreat there, the Nano Boost already used. They know there's no Transcendence. Why not commit? And now Space finds himself again scouted in every way on the flank. He's Sonic Arrowed, he's spotted physically. I mean, he may be able to get his way out of this one, but I don't think he's getting the hook he's looking for.
Yep, set up behind the barrier now. Gilbert goes up onto the high ground. Should have a decent idea of the timing on Agility's Blizzard. Know that they're not under threat of that one yet. Supercharger goes down, Dragon Strike unable to find much for Architect, but just further delaying the Valiant. The Amp Matrix will be used, the bomb. Self-destruct lobbed into the back, unable to find the pick, but Rascal still comes up with one. Space answers back onto Architect, but now Custom gone. A lot of back and forth here. A 2 for 2. The faster run back for the shot, and Rascal comes up with another one as KSF gets taken down. The right click's coming through. He's trying to finish off Fact Fiction. Will get burned down by the Orisa. Space takes a breather. Gilbert will get finished off. Agility's back in with the Doom Fist, diving into the backside, big slam forward. Nearly got Architect, but the healing was there from Violet to keep him topped up.
It's not over yet, but the Valiant do strike back here. Nano Boost committed. Agility's going in.
Yeah, he's going in, but he nearly gets frozen to the wall.
He went too far.
Forward. Oh boy, can he make it out? The answer's gonna be no. Nano Boost on the Architect cuts him down with the Storm Arrows. Down to 1:40. Valiant can still make this one work. Just need to finish with time in the bank, and then have one hell of a defense to try to get a victory here. Costa cut off in an awkward position.
Barely gets away, barely escapes.
Uses those extra boots, manages to jump up onto the high ground. Fact Fiction in the meantime is then swapped over onto that wrecking ball. Blizzard comes down. Architect gonna be taken out, but now Fact Fiction lost. Space gonna be taking a nap with that whole hog available.
Los Angeles really only have one more shot. Their entire 2019 season on the line here, on this push. This will decide whether they keep going or if the season ends here.
And they have to make it to the end with time in the bank.
Right.
They cannot go down to a 12 situation, because if that happens, it's over. But look at these kills. Space and Crim both going to be taken out.
San Francisco Shock aren't going to give him that last fight. It doesn't look like this is it. What can the Valiant hope to achieve here? They've got a whole hog. It's going to take a miracle. They regroup for one last push. They don't have a speed boost. They're just going to have to walk it in.
On a knife's edge. Start pushing their way back through. A Nano Boost going to be the only ultimate that they have. Standing up to the 4 ultimates that the Shock have readily available. Dragon Strike, the first one, going to be used. Doesn't find too much. A little bit of damage, a smattering of it. Therefore, Architect. Supercharger also thrown down here by Smurf.
Time's running out.
Has been used. Agilities, a sliver of HP. They have to top it back up, but they cannot do it. Troy Gilbert finds the kill. Can they get the res? But now you have to choose. Fact Fiction going to be gone. 8 seconds left on the clock. He will not be able to push forward with time in the bank. That is going to be it here for the Valiant. Custa taken down. The cleanup is there. The Shock have no mercy. You may be our California sister team, but we don't care. They shut them down. The hopes of making it into the playoffs are gone. The Chengdu Hunters have secured their spot in the top 12, the final spot for the play-ins.
Chengdu makes it into top 12, and that means all 4 Chinese teams and 3 expansion teams will make play-ins. We'll see how many of those are able to fight through the play-ins to make the season playoffs, but it won't be Valiant, not this year. It all ends here. We will still have a 4th map to play for the San Francisco Shock to defend their title and get a perfect stage.
Valiant just going to be looking to go out on a high note here, get 1 map win. We'll see if they can do it when we come back.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Welcome back. You can see right there the California Cup retained by the San Francisco Shock. They will not release their grip on it. They keep it again, now making the record 2-1 in the history of the California Cup, and also shutting down the Valiant's hopes and dreams for the playoffs. You know, a rough time to be a Valiant fan, to be the team there on stage. But Shock, they come into this favorites to make it into the grand final. We knew this was going to be a very arduous task for the Valiant to try to take a victory. They get into that position where they need a reverse sweep. And they just can't make it happen.
They can't make it happen. I mean, no shame in losing to the big favorites to win the whole season. 3-time stage finalists in San Francisco Shock. They got a lot of fans here at the LA homestand as well.
3-1 record for California Cup, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Two in the preseason, one in the regular. Yeah. Math's fun.
Yeah, math is hard on stream, as always, but they defend their title, and I think that's what matters most, especially for this year. And it was, you know, arguably the most exciting California Cup yet, even though it ended up being a one-sided affair.
The implications here with the series are just,
this is the one that really mattered, right, in terms of the results. And, you know, there's a lot more on the line than just that cup there on the stage. But it's pretty exciting for Shock. They get to go in to the top 6 of the regular season, or just the season playoffs, with the California Cup under the belt. A perfect stage behind them. The leaders of the meta. Now we'll have a bit of a change as we head into those playoffs, but it's always exciting to watch a team like that just absolutely crush. And if we had a stage 4 playoffs, you could bet everyone would favor them to win it.
Oh, for sure. We do have some substitutions on the side of the San Francisco Shock, however, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they're changing up for, as it will be Sinatra. One of your MVP candidates coming out on stage, subbing in for Rascal. Striker subbing in for Architect. But wait, there's more, we're not done yet. Super back on stage. And subbing in for Smurf, of course, as will Nevix be taking to the stage, subbing in for Troy Helbit.
Nevix, someone we haven't seen a ton of this year.
And hey,
McGravy.
On the side of the Valiant, McGravy stepping in.
McGravy, at the beginning of the season, when he was playing for the Florida Mayhem,
had a great debut.
He did have a great debut on the Diva. A lot of people were very impressed. He got traded not long after that. We haven't really seen him since, so everyone's wondering now how he'll perform. And, looking forward to 2020, maybe he gets rotated into this roster a little bit more. We'll see how the meta settles, but I'm always excited to see a little bit of McGravy here. And also Nevix, someone who's been very absent. Shock has such a great and deep roster. I mean, the fact that we are seeing Striker coming in here as well, Nevix. This is just a showcasing of how deep this roster goes and how many ways, they could potentially be setting themselves up going into playoffs. Nevix has been sitting on the bench forever. He could be the greatest Sigma player we've ever seen. No one knows, but only time will tell. But we're going to get to see him here in this final map of the regular season. Will be Junkertown to close things out.
Oh, we already had a large substitution Junkertown game earlier on, you and I.
Yes.
With the Atlanta Reign, and things got interesting, is what we could say.
Yeah.
But now the Shock doing it. Those are going to be the opponents squaring off in the top 6, for the playoffs. Already locked in is that matchup of Shock versus Reign. Hello, Valiant fan, sitting up there in the splash tank.
Hang in there.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
I mean, you're going in the water, but that's all right.
Congratulations to the Shock fan who will not be getting splashed today.
Okay, put her in the tank. Put her in the tank. Flip that lever. No dabbing. No dabbing. Not while I'm on this cast.
Those are not the rules of the splash.
We will.
Ilios.
I know. We will get there eventually, though. Got a little bit more time before you are plunged into the water after this map here. Junkertown. Let's see what these guys got prepared for us. Let's see how Nevix is going to do. Sinatra showing the Ash right now on the defense. I like it.
Double sniper.
Big fan of the Ash myself.
Better get him in there quick before all the shields pop up in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a bit of a one trick myself for a time.
All right, well, we saw a little bit of craziness, as you mentioned, in our previous series that we cast. We saw Gator come in, Funny Astro, a little bit of double main tank sort of shenanigans.
Yeah.
But Shock looks serious about this.
I like
as serious as you could be anyways. I mean, they are running it. They haven't swapped. Valiant, Agility's showing his signature Genji.
Dynamite's out. He's waiting for the doors to open, but yeah, they're going to be ready for that one. Still gets a pop through, and Agilities will get caught up in the blast. Just trying to knock down those shields. Bolt not going to be able to find anything. Dynamite up over the top. Not going to too much either for Sinatra as he gets bionated, wrapping around the back, looking for Agilities, and he spots him. Shots going through, looking for the Dynamite hit. Let's find the tag. Custa nearly going down.
Custa keeping Agility's pocketed through that damage there. Make sure he's alive, but now he's vulnerable.
Yep, now Sinatra out in the middle of nowhere. Sinatra will be able to get rid of Custa, but Agility's punishes for that. KSF will be able to find Moth, so down 2 members are the Shock.
Sinatra sees the game in 1s and 0s. He knew he could get that shot before he died.
Super now eliminated. Valiant looking pretty decent here at the start of this push. Striker manages to answer one back, but oh, grapple. He was a little bit too early. Can't exit, and it seems like the Valiant will just be able to cruise forward into point A. Shock likely not going to be trying to contest this one. Though as I say that, still playing up close. Sinatra's around the back on his signature Tracer.
Well, you know, I mean, this is not the most serious regular season game we'll ever have. It's our final
Not
regular
anymore.
season game. But, you know, the double sniper doesn't run well into Genji as it turns out, and KSF's able to use that space from the Genji to get better angles, better sight lines. So Shock is swapping off of it.
Playing way too far up, gets bionated and eliminated. See, this is why they play Smurf a lot. Super defeats.
Striker has been, you know, rumored to be focusing only Widow since once the 2-2-2 lock was announced, and didn't end up having much play because you need more flexibility than Widow alone. I see Architect flex over the Widow instead, but he's having a nice showing here so far. Takes out McGravy as we're popping him up. Caster Blessing.
Sinatra going into the back, trying to take down KSF. Will be put to sleep there for the moment. The Dragon Blade now going to be coming out. Agilities manages to find one. Striker going to be taken down now, super falling as well. Sinatra, however, manages to finish off 2. With the kills, and Agility still playing forward, trying to finish off that pesky Tracer, but they lose out on Custis, and now the pocket healing not going to be there for this Genji. Deflection just about to come up, but will get cut down.
All right, finally stabilized is the San Francisco Shock here. KSF uses the infra sight, but he's not going to be able to find line of sight here. He's actually kind of trapped on the edge here, and won't be able to show himself until it's already expired if he can get that high ground.
Rim slept super, pulled in. He'll be able to stay alive for a little bit longer. Sinatra, however, will get picked off. Still decent hold so far from the side of the Shock, but as I say that, Agilities finds another one. Trying to pistol him down right up into his face, unable to do so, but self-destruct from Nevix does manage to find McGravy. They get the res on the Sinatra as well as the enemy Roadhog. Custa pushing forward, brings him back through. Super cut down yet again. Striker trying to go on that big flank, get in behind the Valiant. He'll be able to escape for now. Function used.
Great blade opportunity coming up here too, with everyone being so staggered. He could just slice through, get those resets.
Yep.
There it is.
Pulse bomb down. Sinatra is eyeing up that mega pack. KSF says no. To find the elimination. Agilities just going to be running around. Found one. The exchange on those honors, but Outback Fiction going to be taken down as well. Striker comes up with another kill. They get the pop out here on the Nevix and Quebec, but Agilities will be eliminated. So,
yeah, no
again,
dash reset
like
there.
They'll be able to stop the cart.
No dash reset there at the end for Agilities there on the blade, so it isn't able to get the big multi-kill Dragon Blade that everyone wants to put in their highlight reels, but still able to help them take the beginning of that fight. But the stabilization here for Shock means that the next approach is going to be a little bit more risky for him. He's always under threat. Custa's pocketing him so he can get in deeper. He's got to really manage his deflection cooldown here so that he can maximize that damage. KSF, meanwhile, trying to punish anyone who is caught alone.
There's spot out Nevix there on the flank, but not much he's going to be able to do, especially without a pulse bomb. Not much that Nevix can do either, so instead he's going to be pushing it back into the hole together. Sleep, however, greeting that wrecking ball, but he will get woken back up. Custom manages to find the res. The pulse bomb goes in. Back Fiction going to be taken down the hook, however, there from McGravy. Gives for the Sinatra. cost of agilities. 3 members now gone on the side of the Valiant. Shock still holding firmly just in front of B. They have drained the clock down to 1 minute and 35.
Sleep here on the Nevix is going to be pretty inconsequential.
Ooh, that's a bold one there from Striker, and he gets taken out.
Yeah, never want to mess with Kareev in those close quarters. It's a trade. San Francisco have a kind of odd composition here. It's a stall comp, but they're making it work. I mean, if you get these picks consistently, it just doesn't matter. Tusk is in trouble.
With that punch.
Yeah. I mean, look at this comp. I mean, it's a Tracer Doomfist Wrecking Ball. It's an odd dive comp that you don't normally see on this map. It was made for stall, but because they don't have time to go back to spawn and change it, they're actually just swapping their entire game plan around this Doomfist.
Yeah, a bit of a chaos comp here. Quite find the punch onto agilities. Hook through. Sinatra going low. Sleep. Now McGravy shoved into the wall, nearly taken down. Pulse bomb out from KSF, but doesn't find anything. Sinatra finds the kill, and oh man, what a shutdown! Sinatra, get that nonsense out of my face!
Sinatra MVP candidate, by the way. I'd say he's the big favorite to take.
My goodness!
To take that 2019 MVP. He sets it up with the sleep dart for Violet to get the kill on McGravy. Then
look how
down the
deep
blade.
he is going right now.
Look at this.
Strike down on the stairway. KSF is gone. He will get sucked immediately in front of the spawn, but they still can't kill him. He's still all right.
He's fine.
Well, we've had so many, times on the analyst desk talking about how improved Sinatra's Doomfist has looked. This guy is utterly insane. Obviously, bit of a fun final map here in this set, but you can still see the mechanical skill coming through from this guy. He's been putting in the work on this pick. Pulse bomb ready to go from Striker, waiting for a setup as OT starts to take it away. Drop into the back, looking for Kareem, throws that pulse bomb down, manages to find him. Nano Boost did get tossed out, but now KSF Agility's Custom all going to be taken down. Fact Fiction dumps the minefield here onto the point, but he is dead before he can pile drive. That is the team point. That is OT taken away, and that is a shot going off a hole just in front of point B.
The Valiant now have one chance. One chance to get a better defense here. Take their final map of regular season. And it's been a great regular season. We're down at our final homestand and our final moments of what's been 28 matches across 20 teams each.
Yep.
San Francisco fans coming out here as well, We've got a pretty diverse fan group out here at our final homestand.
The cheer battle's coming out. The Valiant fans now on their feet, firing back as best as possible. You say, you know what, maybe a team could not beat yours, but we can beat you in volume and passion.
Well, all comes down to this. This will be the 8th and final team eliminated from playoffs once this map ends. Shock,
they will be.
Setting up for potentially a dive to come out of this. Obviously, they're going to scout what's coming first. I'd love to see Sinatra on the good old Soldier 76. That's a throwback, but I don't know if we're going to see that one actually come through. He might just tease it for a moment. I'd love to see him on the Tracer.
Yeah.
If he were playing tank,
you got
I'd love to see the Zenyatta
two
too.
legendary Tracer players right now, really.
We certainly do.
Sinatra on the Soldier 76.
Valiant just going meta. They want to prove McGravy's got the stuff to play, Agarisa. Sinatra is on Soldier. He's going to flank here, try to get behind this barrier.
Gonna wrap around. Our Striker's going to be looking for some picks. KSF greets him. A little bit of a body shot there.
Can't shoot through shields, but you can shoot around them. And you can break them.
Yep. Bionade on to 3. Back Fiction going lower and lower. Moth pushes forward. Hits the boop up there, but actually just finishes Back Fiction before he gets sent off the side of the map. The Gravy now trying to exit. Will get that nade through, but stunned up. And Sinatra able to find the kill. Tac Visor just about ready to be online already at near 70%.
It's all the Soldier mains around the world saying, please, Sinatra, I want this hero to be buffed. Please don't make it look relevant. This is Moth, of course, coming over from the flank kills right now against these bio-targeted targets.
Yep.
Kills Back Fiction on his way out. He died twice.
The Gravy just giving a cheeky little tag in, but that might cost him a bit. As Sinatra's in the back line with a Tac Visor.
This looks like all but wrapped up this series.
Killing your supports.
I mean, when you have a Lucio out there like that, you know, it's just going to guarantee you the kill. There's no way Custom can get away with his insane wall riding.
Direct hit there. Violet was ready for the tag in.
The second bio is always the deadliest.
Yep.
Looking for Custa again here.
Look how far forward they're pushing. Good lord. Sinatra just trying to dodge around, has that biofield thrown down, keeping himself safe. Pulse bomb out, not able to find any kills. And going to be tossed in onto agility, trying to get that Dragon Blade ready to go. 73%. Surging forward, finishes off Sinatra. Good kills now for the Valiant. Will enable them to stabilize. As Violet a little bit too late to reflect that one back on the Violet, but does not matter. Still has the kill.
Okay, a little bit of stabilization here for the Valiant. Gonna have to hold for a long time here. Sinatra's still gung-ho on this soldier pick.
Super's just surrounded.
Trying to do his best FRD impression right now.
That was a pretty good one.
It certainly was.
FRD hit the pins.
Well, some of them.
Still died.
Sinatra's gonna have another attack visor here, but agility should be able to blade first. He's setting up for it.
Yeah, drops his way down. Falling low though, has to use the deflection and Violet of all people. Will be able to finish him off. Pulse bomb out again. KSF unable to find anything. The whole hog won't get any kills, but it opens up for the Shock to push their way back over towards that card. Down barrier out from Custom, but the shields aren't really lasting too long. And Striker finishes off Karib. The attack visor out from Sinatra. At the target, can't quite find anything. Everybody up on the high ground, but see, oh man, the Helix Rockets do connect on the Costa. Agilities comes back in, gets the uppercut kill. But swiftly is struck down by Striker himself. And Gravy not going to be bombed out of the mech. Somebody's going to have to tag over onto the card. That Fiction makes his way there for just a moment, but still really pushing forward. And this time, Super's got the pin. He takes down the Wrecking Ball. That'll be them rolling through. That's the Shock. Taking the series with a 4-0. The California Cup stays in San Francisco.
California Cup belongs to the Shock, defending their title, closing out the season with a very strong record. Another perfect stage for the team that defined what it means to have a golden stage. All 3 stage playoffs, they made the grand finals, and here they close out the season with a 4-0, jumping straight into top 6, guaranteeing Chengdu that top 12 spot and crushing the hopes and dreams of Valiant fans around the world. But it was a good showing for the Valiant. It was not as one-sided as the 4-0 might lead you to believe, especially when you look back on our first map of Control. But yeah, the fans definitely still cheering here for the Valiant team despite the loss. There's some support from McGravy, got to play that final map as well. And it's been a great Kit Kat rivalry weekend, I would say, here for all the teams involved.
Absolutely, fantastic stuff. Guys, give it up one more time for your home team, the LA Valiant. They may not be able to get that win. Still gonna be very grateful for all that love you guys have given them. Your player of the match, presented by Omen by HP, though, is Choi Hogan. Fantastic performance from him throughout. Rascal as well, an honorable mention, but Choi Hogan with that Roadhog is constantly shutting them down.
Punished so many plays alongside Smurf when Space was flanking, he would get hooked and caught. You know, we just saw great whole hogs around the clock here as well. Close mention, honorable mention, definitely goes to Rascal, who was able to play a very strong Mei throughout the series as well and shut down a lot of the strategies that Valiant brought. But Choyabin finally gets his player of the match here this weekend, and it was an insane series for him. 3 deaths across 4 maps on the Roadhog. Across 3 maps, I should say.
Yeah,
Who was subbed out for the 4th.
Incredibly solid performance. We saw just how accurate he was, especially on Blizzard World, only missing 3 in the first half of that map. Great stuff there from Troy Yeoman, but guys, we've got Danny Lim stand by on stage with Architect for an interview.
Well, Ilios, thank you very much. Everybody give it up for Architect and San Francisco. Great job today. Architect, I know you really wanted this post-match interview. Are you happy now? 이거 꼭 하고 싶다고 저한테 계속 말씀하셨잖아요. 하니까 좋은가요?
인터뷰 오랜만에 하는 것 같아서 너무 기분 좋고 시즌도 마무리한 것 같아서 너무 좋습니다.
So it's been quite some time since I've had this post-match interview, so it really does feel good. And you know, getting that perfect stage for us really feels great as well. Now, the Cali Cup, you guys have never lost to the LA Valiant. You guys always had it with you guys. And this time around as well, for the final time, California Cup goes to San Francisco Shock. What does that mean? That is right. What does that mean for you? 캘리포니아 컵을 한 번도 LA한테 넘기지 않고 계속 센쇼기 계속 가지고 있었는데 계속 이긴 거에 대해서 좀 어떻게 생각을 하시나요?
일단 캘리컵 처음에 경기를 치고 나서 연습을 내가 한 번 진 적이 있어. 근데 이제 그 다음에 연습을 많이 해서 지금까지 선수들이 많이 노력을 해왔기 때문에 캘리컵을 지킬 수 있었다 생각해요.
Alright, sorry guys, it was my mistake, but Architect says that they did lose once for the Cali Cup in the way beginning. So after having that loss, they really practiced and they really kept up their skills. So that's how they were able to defend the Cali Cup all the way through the whole season. Now, your first match for the season playoffs is going to be with the Atlanta Reign. Urster did mention that if they do practice a lot, or if they keep on practicing, it is going to be an easy win for the Atlanta Reign. Architect, do you agree? 어스터 선수가 이런 말씀해 주셨어요. 아틀란타와 센쇼 플레이 프롭 첫 번째 경기 때 우리가 연습만 잘하면 쉽게 이길 수 있을 것 같다라고 말씀해 주셨는데 아키텍 선수가 보시기에는 좀 어떻게 생각을 하시는지.
일단 연습을 해도 안 되는 게 있기 때문에 그게 뭔지 보여드리겠습니다.
There are things that practice won't bring. Basically, even if you practice, there are some things that you can't achieve. I will show you guys what that is. Thank you so much. Spicy, I love it. All right, let's move on to the kick-ass splash moment, everybody. Architect, you know what to do, right? 어떻게 하는지 알죠? 네. All right, everybody, we're going to count down 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Splash! Bye-bye! Oh, yeah, that was that was amazing. Architect, thank you so much. Casters, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Danny. I love that he just gave her a wave. Just like, goodbye. That's it. And just sent her into the watery depths.
It's been a great season. We're going into playoffs, but it's been 4 amazing stages of Overwatch here in 2019. We've got a small taste of what homestands are going to be like next year.
Yeah.
And the future is just looking more and more awesome all the time.
That it is. I mean, if we get to go to events every week and have crowds like this, like we saw in Dallas and Atlanta, I cannot wait for 2020 because you guys have been amazing. Taking a look at our standings, this is it. This is the end of it. The Chengdu Hunters have clinched that spot with the loss here for the Valiant. They finished their season in 13th place. That is your top 12.
There you go, final standings. Here are the 2019 playoff brackets right now. Obviously, Titans will fight that play-in winner. So will the Excelsior. Those are the seeds for Pacific and Atlantic. Spark face off against the Gladiators, and Shock versus the Reign on our 4th match on September 6th.
Yeah, a big one to look out for there. A lot of history between those two teams. This is our play-in tournament, though, starting off in just a little bit here. Next Friday coming up, Charge versus the Hunters, a Chinese showdown. Fusion versus the Dragons. And Spitfire and Dynasty waiting to see who they will face off against between the highest and lowest remaining seeds out of those matches. I mean, Fusion versus Dragons, who really knows? Charge looking pretty good. But who can make it into that top 8? Who? We will have to just wait and see when the playoffs come up. Not that far off. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us here live at the Novo in LA Live. That is it for Wolf and I. That is it for the matches. But we, of course, have the Watch Point Post Show coming up next. So make sure you stay tuned.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota, official North American partner of the Overwatch League. Toyota, let's go places.